Hey YouTube, this is going to be an update of my trout fishing bag, a loadout, what I'm going to be using this year, 2016, so stay tuned. So first off, here's my bag. This is a Uphill Down USA. Got this from my wife. She retired it. It's a great backpack, different from what I used in the past. And we'll start out with a fishing pole that I'm going to be using mainly this year. And this is a 7-foot Berkeley cherry rod, and it's got a Shimano 2000 reel on it. And this is a very nice trout rod for me. The spool's about empty, but what I'll be using is probably about a 6-pound Berkeley trilene on it, and it's just a great all-around pole. So as we get into the bag, a lot of places that I fish around here in southwest Michigan for trout, we hike in through the woods back to these little streams and rivers and everything, and it's nice to have a lot of stuff with you. If you're spending a morning, afternoon, or even all day, this is pretty much everything that I carry in here when I go out trout fishing. Some of the things may change in it, some of them always stay the same. So let's get into this front pouch here, and I'll show you what I got. So in this front pouch, I carry a saw. A lot of places that you try to get close to the edge of the bank and everything, you may have to saw down some little sapling trees or some brushes and everything to get a good cast. And I have to apologize about the wind today. I hope it doesn't affect my video too much. The next thing is a headlamp and a flashlight. A lot of times I come in at the beginning of dawn and leave at dusk, and these are nice to have if I stay a little bit longer and it gets dark as I'm coming out of the woods. And I got the sheath snapped into the inside of here, but I always carry this Mora clipper with me. I always carry my Leatherman. It's got a lot of tools, especially if something happens to my reel. I can do simple fix with it. I always have a toiletry kit with me, just for when nature calls. And then my fire kit that I've shown before in a past video. This is a heavier one, but a lot of times if I build a fire, I like dinking around with the ferro rod and other tinders and everything, so pretty much got everything in here to start a fire. So that's it for this front compartment here. We'll get into this back compartment. So in this back compartment, in the very back, I carry a pad, and just so sitting on the ground or sitting on the log, I got some padding and protection from the damp ground if everything's damp. I carry a schmog with me. Everybody knows how useful that can be. I also carry a rain jacket, and this is just pretty much a cheap poncho in case it starts raining. I'm not getting soaked. And then I have a cook kit, and this is not always the cook kit that I'll take. I'll mix it up, take different cook kits with me, depending on what I'm going to cook. This is just in here to show you guys. And got an alcohol stove in here and some fuel. Other times I might bring a little wood stove, something like that. But this is one of the items that gets mixed matched and switched out. The next thing is this Walmart tarp, and this is the 5x7. And actually what I've done with this tarp is all the cordage that I need to tie it out is wrapped up in the tarp itself. So I have everything that I need to set it up, and on all the tie outs I've put bungees, and that just saves on the tie outs if it's windy day. And this is very nice to have, even if you set it up to put all your gear out on, or lean it up behind you when you're having a fire, or reflect some heat, and throw it over a branch or whatever if it will get a heavy downpour. Last is going to be my trout fishing bag, and I'm going to do a separate update video on this. A lot of stuff, a lot of different stuff from last year, and this will be the outload of this will be video 2. And I think the wind's really going to screw with my video here, but I'll do a second outload video part 2 just on that bag. And that's pretty much all I carry in here. When you put everything back in here, so you can see without the trout fishing bag inside of it, there's a lot of room in it. It's light. I can put this around like this as I'm going down and fishing along the streams and everything. And I found this has just been a great setup for me. So our trout streams open up in a few weeks. It's the last Saturday in April here in Michigan, and I like to go through all my poles, make sure everything's working good, and make sure my line's good, and just go through my pack. I've noticed a couple of my headlamps and my small lights, the light's real dim. Change the batteries in there, and just do a clean out from last year. Normally at the end of the season, the bag just gets thrown in the gear closet, and time to go through it and do inventory, hooks, sinkers, lures, and stuff that I need to run to the store and replace before the season starts. This is one of the other poles that I use. This is, I believe, a 5-foot. Let's see here. Yeah, 4.5, 5 foot. This is a Berkeley cherry rod also. This is a Shimano. Let's see what this one is. AXULS Shimano. And I use 4-pound Berkeley trilene on this one. And this is just my little tiny stream when I need to get through the briars and thicket out into the woods and everything, and we got these really tiny streams. This is just a lot easier to fish with because it's a lot shorter, and I can get into these smaller places with this. So these are the 2 main poles that I use. So guys, I really appreciate you watching. Be looking for part 2. It's going to be my update to my tackle bag. I'm not going to change anything new in it. I'm just going to take a look at how I left it last year, and you guys get to go through it together and see what kind of crap that I got in it. And as always, thank you for watching, and if you guys got any suggestions or ideas, please leave them down in the comment. Till the next video, take care.